Hey there, FLOSSTUBE. This is Cathy, the hands-on designer. It's a Friday evening happy hour. Someone's not so happy. What about you? Are you happy?
I'm very happy.
I don't know why. I just felt the need. She's like, get me off the camera. This is Giza, one of our kitties.
Mm-hmm.
Not the one that usually photobombs during the video. So, well, hey there. Should we start this again? Hi there, FLOSSTUBE. This is Cathy. It's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
I looked it up. It's been May since our last FLOSSTUBE.
Mm-hmm.
Just had a few things going on.
Mm-hmm.
So it's happy hour. You gonna get happy with us?
I forgot to.
Oh, okay. I found these in the drawer because it's Friday and it's happy hour. What you drinking? Oh.
What are you drinking? It's a Controlled Chaos IPA by Surly Brewing in Minneapolis.
Minneapolis. You like Surly.
They make a lot of very good beers.
I feel like we should do like
Todd the Axeman, their IPA is
Yes.
one of the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm having a hurricane. Okay, and I have to blame. I've seen these, and so I'm blaming friends Judy and Tracy. Y'all, this is
that's
you.
right, yeah.
We had a FaceTime with them, and they were drinking these, and it's good. It's good. All right, you want to put that over there?
This we will discard.
Okay, so that's it for the happy hour what you drinking section. So I hope that you can grab a little cocktail and join us for the next little bit, or if you're watching in the morning, coffee.
Grab a nice cup of coffee.
Not gonna see what's in that cup, So anyway, how you doing? Good week? Not like I haven't seen you all week. Anyway, the umbrella's going. It's kind of getting in the way. Anyway, so we are definitely here to talk about our stitching, but first, just want to play a little catch up, tell you where we've been and what we've been doing. And I don't want to say it's been crazy busy because I feel like we say that every time. It's been busy with
There've been a lot of things.
a lot of things going on. So if you're here for the stitching and you don't really like to hear about the personal stuff, we'll keep it really short, or you could just fast forward. Can you fast forward? Like, I know you can fast forward, but like I love the DVR. We each get 30 seconds, 30 seconds.
Move the dot.
Anyway, so the last FLOSSTUBE we did was in May. That's the last time I had releases. And I do have releases to talk about now. Normally, we do the FLOSSTUBEs before everything actually ships out to shops. So we kind of introduce them to you, give you a chance to contact your shop. And sorry, it's just different this time.
Logistically, it did not work.
Yes. And so actually, the charts were sent out on Wednesday, and I've already gotten word from several shops and seen some postings that they're in shops now. So most everything that you see is going to be available at your shop, whether it's a local or it's an online shop. So I did do some postings, so hopefully you know about a lot of these, and the shops have been posting as well. So, but anyway, so yeah, so May, last FLOSSTUBE, early June.
Orlando.
We talked about the National Special Olympics, the National Games a couple times because we were wearing our matching t-shirts one time. And we packed up the whole family and we went down to Orlando, and it was hot, and it was hot.
It was hot. Yeah.
It was hot, but it was amazing. The whole trip was just, it was busy, and it was packed with lots of great events, from opening ceremonies. Hopefully maybe you had a chance to catch it on TV because they did play them on ABC.
I think so.
Yeah, and then after the day after opening ceremonies, then all the events began, and Billy played tennis, we've mentioned before, at the National Games, and he had an awesome coach. We're his coaches locally, but for National Games, he had one from the state office, and we just loved her. She was great.
She's great.
And Billy's competition, the tennis competition, took place at the USTA National Training Center in Lake Nona, and let me tell you,
It was quite the facility. It was great, and the staff there were very good.
Yes.
The facilities were top notch, and the people we met. Just the other athletes and the other athletes' parents and caregivers and staff, and it was just it was just a great time.
It's always fun because like it's hard to know everybody's names, but most of the time we're wearing something that's got like our state on it or something like that. So you'll just hear people saying, you know, go Iowa or go Colorado, and it's just really fun because everybody roots for everybody. And
we've had there were parents of an athlete from Colorado that Billy had played in Seattle in 2018. We met up with them again and just had a great time.
She came right up to Billy and said, Billy!
Yeah.
She remembered, so that was really cool. Billy played really well. He had some personal bests, which is, you know, we've been training with him for a year. We did a lot more for training for this than we did for Seattle, mostly because we didn't know what to expect for Seattle. Plus, we knew the heat was going to be a factor and a lot of things going on. So you hopefully then like he could just kind of fall back on his game that we've been practicing so much. And he did really well and had some, like I said, some personal bests early on in the week. He won every single one of his pool play matches. Never done that before. And even in one of them, he was down. Listen to me, I'm gushing. Sorry. He was down and he came back and he won.
Yep.
When that happened, I was just like, I don't care what happens the rest of the week. It's all good.
He personally, he made some progress. So
Yes.
it was great to see. And thank you everyone for your support of Special Olympics in the last year. That's meant a lot. And if you've got time or volunteer for something, looking for volunteer for something, Special Olympics is always looking for volunteers, and you won't be disappointed. You'll have a great time.
And I guess we should say, he did come home with some hardware.
Yes, he did.
So
yeah, because that suitcase I carried off their charter, we had felt like I had 5 cinder blocks in it.
Well, I think there were some Disney souvenirs in that
I believe
suitcase.
so.
So he did win 2 bronze medals, which we're very proud of him for doing. And one was in men's singles, and the other was in mixed doubles. And so it was a really neat opportunity. And I was teasing him on the way. Oh, you got your glass?
I brought a nice glass home.
I was teasing him on the way home. I said, "So, practice Thursday night?" No.
He did not think that was funny at all.
Actually, neither did we.
No. Everyone needs a break.
Everyone needed a break.
Although we are in the middle of softball season.
Yes. So, and like Bill said, just, thank you. I know I was doing some posting in my stories, and I did post a few pictures, and just, I know we had a lot of support out there, and I really appreciate it.
Yep, it was good.
So
good stuff.
Yeah. And let's see what else. Well, we got back, and about a week and a half later, I left for Weaverville. Boy, say that 10 times fast. Weaverville, North Carolina, home to Sassy Jack's Stitchery. And I taught a class there. So this was kind of a new one for me, a new area I've never taught in before. Just loved hearing those Southern accents, and even my y'all and my all y'all came back really easily.
I can imagine.
This was it was a different group for me because I think only one person had ever taken a class from me before. A number of people, I was excited to meet everybody, but Regina, I got to meet her in person. She's real active in a lot of my Facebook groups, always posting, does a lot of my designs, stitches a lot of them. And so that was, I love being able to put a face to a name and just, give big hugs. And we had a great time in class. It was 2 days. We did the top drawer class. So that's, I think the 3rd or 4th time now I've taught that piece. So, and it's always, it's a classic piece. So always focuses on finishing in class. Brought a trunk show. We had it at a local hotel. We did the class there because the actual shop is not open yet, although I got a very in-depth tour, and oh my gosh, you guys, it's gonna be so cool. It's an old house, Baird house, that got moved to this location, and they're basically redoing it from stem to stern. And given supply issues and COVID issues and things like that. I know that that's kind of caused them some setbacks, but they are working very hard to get it open soon. They are doing, she's doing mail order. Right now the shop is set up in their basement. And it was just, so that's Sassy Jack's Stitchery. And I know we haven't set anything in stone, but I can't go back next year, but we're talking about maybe the following year. So it was a really nice area, just a beautiful part of the country too. I don't know, I just, it was really nice.
You really enjoyed
it. It was a good group. I just love classes. I mean, they're all always fun, but it was nice to be able to connect with the Stitchers that in a different area that I kind of hadn't really been in much. So anyway, and then I came back, and unfortunately I got some very sad news, and I had to make a quick trip to Pittsburgh, and I did post a little bit about it, and I want to thank you all for the very kind words about my sister. And okay, sorry about that. Just wanted to say thank you for a lot of your kind words about my sister. And I did post a little bit just to say that I might be a little hard to reach or slow to answer emails and whatnot at the time. And while I am back and we're obviously kind of back to work, there are going to be some times again here coming up that I'm going to be doing a little bit of traveling to take care of some things. And so again, I just ask for your patience sometimes if you don't hear back from me right away. And
your support and patience has been appreciated.
Yeah. So. And thank you for your kind messages and words. So, I guess in this time period right now, I just ask that maybe we all just give each other a little bit of grace right now. So, anyway, so we've got new releases.
Things coming up in the future.
Yes, a lot going on. New releases went out this week, as I mentioned. We normally talk about them beforehand, but things are in shops now. So we had 3 new releases. The first one, I'm going to give you the whole rundown. The first one is called Clover and Hive. And up in the top it says, if you can read, it says Blossom and Buzz. I love the colors on this one. The fabric is Friendship Green, Fabrics by Stephanie. The threads are classic Colourworks. You know, in all my charts, on the inside of the chart in the color key, I always do give the DMC substitutions, but these are, the model is stitched with the classic Colourworks, and I think it turned out really well. And don't forget my little bee solo up there. That's by Just Another Button Company. You can just get the pin. It's just a pin that I stick in the top, and he's by himself. He's solo, so you can just get the bee solo. And I finished this. You'll probably recognize this frame. It's one I use a lot. And this is just fabric that's been mounted on mat board, and there is a little bit of padding in there. And then the needlework was laced onto a padded mat board that I pad with Warm and Natural. Laced that, and then it was attached, and then I did a little nice cording. I made that myself out of DMC with colors to kind of coordinate. And then I just like a little spot of a bow. Just, I layered some different textures of ribbons. There's a burlap, there's a stripe, there's a polka dot. And really, it's just stuck in there with that bee solo from Just Another Button Company. So if you're like, oh, I don't like that ribbon anymore, and pop it out, put in a new one, and it's good to go. So this is an 8x10 frame. What's this thing on the back?
8x10.
8x10. So this is a standard 8x10 frame.
It just pops in the back.
Yep. And that's what the back of it looks like. And I've kind of shown that finish before. It's one I've done a lot. So really it's just a matter of lacing, flat finishing. It's a simple finish, but it gets you a very nice custom look, and for pretty budget friendly. So that's Clover and Hive. Now I actually did a sneak peek of that. I did the live stream with Fat Quarter Shop in late May, and I sneak peeked
Sure.
Snuck a peek? I don't know. That sounds even worse.
Careful. Careful.
I showed it on the live stream.
It was shown on the screen.
Yes. And so people, people were, well, how'd you come up with that name and all that kind of stuff? And and I say, it sounds trite to say, but ideas come from everywhere and anytime. And this is a classic example. Last November, I was driving to Silver Needle in Tulsa, Oklahoma, because I was teaching down there, and I was on the highway, and there was a truck in front of me, and it had a really cool logo.
That's right.
It was a construction company, and there was a bee, like a beehive, a bee skep was their logo. But it was, and what also struck me was the colors, because the van was like mustard yellow, hello, and the beehive was purple, and it had bright green and white. It was very striking. I mean, yeah. And I just loved the logo and the font and everything. And the construction company is called Clover and Hive. And the words just like struck me. And of course, I'm by myself, I'm driving, I can't do anything. I'm sitting in the car going, Clover and Hive, Clover and Hive, Clover and Hive. I wanted to call you and say, remember these words, Clover and Hive, because that would not.
I thought you did.
Maybe I did.
I think you did.
I was going to say, because that's not the first time I've done that.
No, it would not be the first time.
And so then I was able to kind of pull off at some point when I needed gas. And so I sent myself an email, Clover and Hive.
Yeah.
So, but sometimes there's just different word combinations that really strike me, and that's the result. And I love it. I love kind of the way the bee skeps kind of create almost like a hexagon, like a in the middle, and I just love the colors, and it was so fun to stitch and design. It just makes me happy,
You did enjoy this one. Yes.
So. Anyway,
and
so
the fabric.
And the fabric, that's a fun fabric with like kind of the honeycomb look to it. So anyway, yep, Clover and Hive, it's in stores now. And then so what else do we have? Was this next? I think.
I believe so.
Now you got to watch how you say it. There is no comma in the title of this one. It's just beach, please, or I guess you could do beach, please. Or I think I sat at my desk one day going, how many different ways could you say this? Beach, please. We're just going to go beach, please. So fun pillow. These are I call them little snippets of the sea. And that's hard for me because I do still have a little residue of my lisp from a childhood. But they're just fun little, this is on 32 count, light mocha, I believe, Belfast. So very Ada friendly. And I should say, Clover and Hive is also, everything I have out now, also Ada friendly. This is light mocha Belfast, and you can rearrange these how you see fit. You can pick which ones you want, not stitch them all. I mean, really, I think I did like 1.5 a night. They're just, they're on 32 count. They're about 1.25 inches big, each little snippet, and just fun, I imagine, okay, in our beach house, the one I have in my mind, we do not have a beach house, but this would sit on a bed and it is a good sized pillow. It's probably like about maybe like a 9 by 9, 10 by 10, something like that. And I just this is DMC, by the way, and then Lady Dot did the goldfish rickrack. I wanted just a real simple, clean finish. And kind of a modern finish. So, but I did always, I just like my rickrack, but that's goldfish because it resembles one of the colors in there. It just gives a little layer of something without being overwhelming. And then I found this fabric. I just love it. I do list the fabric on the back of the chart, the company that it came from. I did actually purchase a couple extra yards, so I may kind of create some cuts that I'll sell on the website at some point down the road, not tomorrow. But I but I wanted to show you some of the detail. I did actually quilt the back a little bit. I just kind of did some hash marks and just there's a layer of batting underneath there just to give it a little extra bulk, and then I even did it down below too. very simple, minor little touches that add to the overall look of it, but don't overpower, which is what I wanted, you know, very simple, you know, just nice in its simplicity, and even down to the font, the Beach Please. I've seen a couple of people, oh, you could do this, and oh, you could do that. Ornaments, just, you got a little tree, just do teeny tiny little ornaments.
Well, there are a few people that had said that they have tiny beech trees and they were going to make ornaments for the trees. I was like, that's a great idea.
And somebody even said, oh, just, or leave off the Beach Please, and you could just do that, and it could be, you know, a smaller pillow. There's that's what I like about this, is it's so versatile. Scissor fobs, little, you know, love gifts for your friends when you go to that beachside, seaside stitching retreat, you know, kind of thing. So lots of possibilities. This project, okay, well, I was hoping everybody else would like it too, but this project was a little self-serving, because I had an idea. Sometimes, and we've talked about it, I see the finish before I actually see the design. And this one was very much that way. I knew it was gonna be beachy. I knew I wanted to do little stamps, little snippets, but I really have liked the idea of stitching it on perforated paper. Yeah, you could do that. And creating an art piece, which I know you probably say, well, Cathy, it's cross stitch, it's all an art piece. But I wanted something that, like, because I have, you know, a couple, like the bathrooms in my home and one of the bedrooms, kind of a beachier theme. So I really wanted something that I just would become, you know, I don't know. Like I said, I had this vision in my head and I knew what I wanted. This is basically, it's a shadow box. And then the little snippets, I picked 9 of them, and that's stitched on 14 count perforated paper, same colors. It's the natural color perforated paper, same DMC colors. And then they're raised up a little bit, and I did have to, it is a custom frame. So not as inexpensive at a finish as, say, something like this. I will tell you that frame, which is probably about like a 10 by 10. It was about $100. But so not necessarily something that you could do all the time, but to me, like I said, this is gonna hang in my home. So I felt like I could justify.
But if you found a shadow box frame.
Yeah, and they do, absolutely. You could make one out of an old vintage frame. They make ready-made shadow box frames that are a lot less expensive. I just really kind of, like I said, I had this vision and this is what it was. And I had so much fun with it. Now, you're probably going, how'd you get all those placed like that? Well, here's the thing. I took pictures. So the next tutorial that will be going up on my FLOSSTUBE channel will be a walkthrough. I took pictures and then I'll do the voiceover, kind of like I did the last tutorial for the triple play pillows. So just to kind of give you an idea, it's very simple, not difficult at all. It's a fun project. It would make a great gift for somebody. You want to make it smaller, pick 4. Don't like the 9 I picked. Pick which, you know, there's how many in all? 15 in all.
We're doing math now.
I know math. So there were 15 little squares. Pick which ones are your favorites. I picked my favorites. And so, you know, this is gonna hang in our home, and I'm really tickled with how it turned out. I've had a few people say, oh gosh, are you gonna do more? Probably. So just really a lot of fun. So this is called.
And the process of putting it together was pretty cool. Because I watched you do it. I was like, okay.
I think you were a little nervous for me because if it didn't go the way I wanted it to, it wasn't going to be good. But it worked out perfectly.
And it worked the first time.
It did. It did. I was super. Yeah, sometimes, you know, I get ideas, and like I said, I see the finish before I actually see the design. And this was definitely
there
one
are
of those.
times when they don't work out.
Yeah, there are.
Not many, but there are times.
So anyway, we have another cat that's making her way over here. So, all right, so this is Beach Please. So again, just a really, you know, versatile design, fun, so many different possibilities. I see, you know, doing it on perforated paper. And again, those are maybe about a little over 1.25 inches. So would be perfect little ornaments
Sure.
for a small tree, a little seaside tree or something like that. So just a lot of fun. Anyway, so that's the second of the newest releases. Are you going to come say hi? Yes, you're going to come say hi. Okay, the first kitty was Ziza. This is Whisker. She, not quite as camera shy, although she's completely turning away. Yeah.
What are you doing, kid?
That was my girl. Anyway, I'm not going to pick the dog up that way. She's a lot heavier. Anyway, okay.
And she would not be happy about that.
No, she wouldn't. Anyway, okay, so one more beach design. I just love this saying. Come to the beach where the sea is blue and the little white waves come running at you. Now, so far, nobody has told the flamingos. So please help me keep the secret that I released 2 beach designs and there's no flamingos in there. It does not mean I have turned my back on flamingos and I've now become a seagull lover. I just have really liked the motif and I just think it's been a lot of fun. And, you know, the flamingos will come out to play again. But so this is just a lot of fun. I just love the layers of color. It's a little more of a subdued beach color palette. There are some bright shades in there, but I just loved the color play inside each of the seagulls, and of course I love the saying. And again, it would be great if you have a beach house, or the beach house you have in your mind, or you know, I feel like a lot of people have at least one room in their house decorated with beach motifs. So. You know, and really, it just kind of, because I spent a lot of summers at the beach growing up, it just kind of, I don't know, like I draw on the imagery of the little houses we stayed in, you know, up on stilts, and always, you know, the red flags or the red umbrellas, the seagulls wanting all your food.
Well, our honeymoon was at the beach.
Yes.
In February.
Yeah, we didn't spend.
It wasn't exactly beach weather, but we were still there.
Yeah. We did not go out to the beach then,
No.
but it snowed actually. I think
so.
Anyway, so in this chart you get kind of a little bonus. So this is the larger chart, and it's actually really a nice small little design. Again, I did have this frame made for it, so I get it at our local craft shop. Oh yeah, fun fabric on the back.
Like the backing fabric.
Yeah. And again, that fabric I did list on the back of the chart as well. I did get it at my local quilt shop, so I don't know if it's a brand new fabric, but it was available in that shop, so I did list the manufacturer on the back of the chart for that. This is a 32 count, I'm not gonna remember it. It's a Witchelt fabric, so it's easily available. It's not a hand dyed. These are Weeks Dye Works colors, and again, yes, I do the conversion inside to DMC if that's your choice. And so yeah, so all in all, you know, just another fun little piece. Other ways that you could finish that as well. I just thought it would be kind of sweet in the frame. When I was getting the frame for the shadow box, I spied that molding and I just thought, oh, I really like that, you know. And sometimes I do just frame things.
Yeah, and it worked really well.
Yeah, and so with that one, you get a little bonus. It's the Less Monday, More Beach, please. So this is actually the same size as the resting beach face and the resting stitch face. So it's the exact same finish. This is just laced onto a Warm and Natural padded mat board, and then I just covered the fabric. This is a foam core, and then you can kind of show them the back. I had a different print for the back as well. It's all these little fishies.
I like that.
And I didn't list that one, but I did, as I said, I did list this fabric. And again, I used the Lady Dot Goldfish Rickrack. The color actually worked for both of my beach finishes this time. So one package is all you need. That's enough to finish both projects. And it's just a nice versatile orange. It's not pumpkin-y, but I think it would go with a lot of different finishes.
You can get that through Lady Dot.
You can get it from Lady Dot, her Etsy shop, your local shop, your local or online shop. And then I did, because with Resting Beach Face and Resting Stitch Face, I did the little pin in the top, the flamingo, and then what do we do in the other?
I don't
the
recall.
Tomato.
Yes.
So I did a little seagull, and they agreed to make it a seagull solo, and that's available as well, also through your shop, also on the Just Another Button Company website. And again, a very simple finish. I have a tutorial out there that shows how to do that, attach that rickrack like that. So it's a real simple finish, and it would look nice just as leaned up in a shelf somewhere. You could actually attach a ribbon up here if you want to hang it, or put it on a small easel.
Right.
And that's what I do with my other finishes that size. I put it on a small easel because it gives a pretty little presentation that way. And they're just super fun. I just like playing with the fabrics, and I love the little fishbone fabric behind it.
I really like that. I think that's pretty cool.
So those are the 3 new releases. They are in shops now. They really are in shops now. So make sure you check with them. And as always, I do have a list of shops that are on my automatic program. So that means basically they have the charts because they just, every time I put something new out, they always get it first. So make sure to check there if you have any questions. I'm melting here. Sorry. Carry on.
Yeah.
Slurp. Okay, so next week, the fun continues. It'll be like summer? What's summer? Isn't it football season yet? It's almost.
It's gonna get here real quick.
Okay, so I actually leave next week for Shepherd's Needle in Little Rock, Arkansas. I'm very excited about this because this is another one that has been rescheduled several times just because of COVID and closures and everything. I keep saying I'm almost caught up, and then I go, oh yeah, but there's this one too. Yep. So I will be down there teaching for 4 days. She likes to do a small group, just to get nice little personal, lot of one-on-one time, and which is nice. And so I'm looking forward to that. And so I'm teaching 2 sessions and each a 2-day session.
Right.
So 2 classes, but it's the same class, and we'll have a different group of students each time. And we're gonna have a trunk show with me, and we're gonna do a meet and greet one of the mornings, or maybe a couple mornings. I'm not sure, but she'll tell me what to do when I get there. Anne's got a list. I just know it. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. And that's the last class for the summer. And then, of course, we're home. Probably have to go back and forth to Pittsburgh a couple more times. And then Needlework Expo at the end of August. And I have had a few people this week email me asking when the next Triple Play Pillows is coming out, because they've finished the summer basket. So when is the autumn basket? That is actually coming out the end of August at the Needlework Expo. I'll have a few other new releases. One's like done, and I'm excited about it. And we're getting there.
We're working through things.
And honestly, I've had to rearrange the schedule just a little bit given time constraints, but we're working through it, and we're going to be super excited about when it comes out. A few things may come out off season a little bit, and again, remember that part where I asked for a little bit of grace? That's where that comes in. So then in early October, I actually was gone out of town when Lois at Lady Dot Creates announced the class. So I am just knocking states off my list left and right. So I've been to North Carolina a lot, but I've never been to Arkansas that I know of, unless I don't think I've driven through there for anything. But California, I've never been to California. Is that weird? You lived there for a little bit. Short
Lived
period.
in Monterey for a year and a half.
Yeah. Navy brat.
San Diego for a little while too. Imagine that.
Yeah. So, so in October, I believe it's 7th and 8th, I will put information below in the comments. I am going to be in California, in the Modesto area, teaching a class with Lady Dot. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be
a lot of fun.
It's gonna be insane. I love working with Lois on these different projects, and we've just been back and forth. Well, what about this? Well, what about that? And so if you saw my stories yesterday, you saw me trying on tiaras, and giving what Janine from Blue Flower said, the little tiara side eye. But that is really kind of where the idea for the project started, because she gifted me a couple of tiaras, and there's a story behind it. But
Wasn't there one at Market last year?
Yeah, she sent me one to Market last year.
And that thing was hefty.
It was, and it hurt too. Me and my big old head. But anyway, there's a story behind there, but you've got to come to class to find out the whole story. Are you gonna do it? Go for it. They can't see it.
That's inappropriate.
So I'm not sharing the model just yet, but we're getting colors ready, and because there will be pre-stitching. Again, it's a focus on finishing. We're just gonna have fun, and we're gonna be doing just a lot of fun things. Like we'll have just like something like that, and oh yeah, you might be getting something like that. And I'm doing really quick. Ooh, yeah, it looks better on you, hon. And
I'm gonna disagree.
And here's some of the pretty colors. And oh, you can't see so I will put a link below to her website, because there are some spots left. So you got a little bit of time. So there's some of the pretty colors. And it's hard to see what that is. Gotta hold it up. Okay. I just found some fun fabrics, and they kind of served as the inspiration for the class. The class is called Wear It Well. And if you're like, I wonder what that means, you should wear it well.
You're gonna need some pins.
I think so. I'll wait till the magnet. Oh.
Just stop.
So anyway, this is kind of some of your inspiration. Yes, it's an in-person class. This is a brand new class, that's partly why you're not seeing the model. And I just love the colors, and it's just kind of fun. These to me are kind of classic colors, very soft. Your pinks and your greens, and I'll be putting some, as I have some photos that are kind of in process. I'll be sneak peeking some of those on my social pages. So if you kind of feel like you need that, keep an eye there. But definitely go to Lois's website and fill out the information. And I have to tell you, I've actually never taken a class from Lois, but I've worked with her enough to know. Lois owned the Elegant Stitch, was her shop, and then she morphed into Lady Dot Creates, and she dyes all kinds of loveliness and creates so many things. And of course, I've worked on some special projects, the pumpkin which shall not be named, and all kinds of things. And she's such a giving person, and I'm so excited. I'm just happy she's my friend.
Yeah. She's a great friend.
She is, and she's a good friend to both of us. And I'm so excited that we were able to get the time to do this class in October. And I'm looking forward to it. And you just have to know, if you're coming to class, you're going to have a blast.
It'll be a good time.
Yeah. So, and we're hoping that you can make it.
That's the plan right now.
That's the current plan. But that's the current plan.
This has been a summer of plans.
Yes, and new plans. So anyway, so that takes us to October, and then okay.
Yeah.
I almost forgot.
Don't do that.
Yikes. Okay, so a year ago.
It was a year ago this weekend.
It was a year ago this weekend. Bill and I went and did our very first in-person event.
That was the first post-COVID thing we really did.
Yeah, where we were out in public.
We just wanted to get out of town.
I know.
It was so much fun though.
We had a blast. Welcome Stitchery. Justine from Welcome Stitchery reached out to me. She's in Blue Earth, Minnesota. And I know last year I told everybody my joke about, well, it wasn't really a joke. Like, for the longest time when we moved here, people kept saying, oh, Blue Earth. And I thought it was like one word, Blue Earth. And then I one day we were driving up there and I saw the sign, it said Blue Earth. And I went,
now know where that is.
Now we know where it is, and it's 2 words. But anyway, so Welcome Stitchery was a shop that used to be in Crystal Lake, Illinois, or Crystal Park, Crystal Lake.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
It was Illinois, though.
It was, yes, it was Illinois. So and everybody's going to correct me in comments. No need. I know, and I've been told it was a lovely shop and that you all miss it very much, and I'm sorry, but maybe take a road trip to Blue Earth, because it's also a lovely shop. Yeah. So she had an open house and it was great. People came. I did a live trunk show. You and I were there. We did a meet and greet. Mm-hmm. Carolyn Manning from CM Manning Designs was there, and that was fun because I'd never met her before. Mm-hmm. And so it was just a great weekend. And she's having her first anniversary. Yeah. And so actually a year ago when we were there, she asked if I would consider doing a design for her shop using the word welcome. I'm like, yeah, I can get behind that. So I designed this, and she's having her open house this weekend. And so so if you're in the area, definitely go. It was today and it's also tomorrow. Mm-hmm. So just a fun shop, packed with things from the old shop, but she orders lots of new things. Yes, she's keeping up. Mm-hmm. They have a floss tube. She does it with her sister. They were just at StitchCon. In fact, I called the shop because I needed some information, and the little gal that answered the phone said, "They're not here. They're at StitchCon." I was like, really? But anyway, no, it was fun. I'm glad they were able to go do that. That's the kind of thing you should do as a shop owner. But they do, she has a Facebook page, she has an Instagram page. She does a video, I think, maybe once a week, or I don't know. She just did one this past week talking about what's new in the shop, plus the open house. And she did not have, because I just got home and because we had a lot of, just personal things going on, I was not able to get the model to her in time of the piece that I designed for them. But it's now it's on its way. It should be arriving Monday, and it'll be in its new home. So it'll be there if you happen to go into town, or I'm sure she'll show it off in maybe one of her floss tubes, things like that. I can't even show it to you here in this one, but I can show you the picture. So this is the chart, and it's called Welcome, and that's the fun chart. And it says, "Welcome, may all who enter as guests leave as friends." And you're gonna go, gosh, that finish looks really familiar. But I love this finish right now. It's because I like being able to use fun fabrics. I mean, look how bright and just spunky and pretty and lively that background fabric is, and it picks up on a lot of the colors within the piece. And let's see, and I did Weeks Dye Works for this, and I do believe that I put DMC. Yeah, I put DMC substitutions in there. Yeah. This chart, Welcome, is exclusive to Welcome Stitchery. You can see that on the bottom. They did make kits for this, so you can contact the shop about a kit. My suggestion though is maybe to not call the shop tomorrow for a kit, because they've got the open house going on and it's going to be busy, but maybe email them. She said the charts and the kits will go live on the website in a week or two once things kind of get die down after the open house, but you'll be able to, but that's the only shop that you'll be able to access this from.
And you can buy the charts separate from the kit,
yes,
correct?
Yes, but she's got everything completely kitted. They did a nice little floss tag and all kinds of stuff. So anyway, it's just to kind of help them celebrate their first anniversary. So congratulations, Justine, and your whole family, because I know that's the one thing we did learn when we were up there. It's really is a family operation. So and that was really cool to see.
And it's a great town.
Yeah, it was.
We had a lot of fun.
I went out and had some good Mexican food and some good hamburgers and all kinds. It's a fun place. So anyway, so there's welcome. And I just love the saying, may all who enter as guests leave as friends. I know I've told the story, but it's been years. The home that I grew up in, my parents' home, whatever home we had, there was always in the front entry a welcome. There was actually one, it was like it's made out of like wrought iron kind of design, but there was always a welcome in the front hallway, welcoming people into our home. And I don't know why, I just always really liked that. That's why when we first got married, I did that one welcome, that cross stitch one that hangs downstairs. I just always like that. So I just think, and it's not a large piece. Again, that's that 8x10 frame, so you can see it floats in there. And I just love the colors, and just had a lot of fun with it. And yeah, so I will be posting more pictures, do a little video, that kind of thing, and then they'll be posting more about it too. So, and again,
check their website.
Check their website, and I will put their information down below in the comments as well, so you can
because they will
order
ship
that.
the pattern in the kits.
Yes, yes, yep. So, so anyway, and a lot of you might have met them at StitchCon, apparently. I just had to give them a hard time, oh, okay.
And they were at Market last year too.
Yes, they were at Market, and I remember actually meeting them at the very first Needlework Expo, because we were like live video, because it was 21, so we did it.
It was virtual.
It was virtual, thank you. And they were sitting in their house or maybe the shop, and like they were sitting in front of a wall of boxes that they had yet to unpack. It was all because they bought the Welcome Stitchery from Illinois, and so they got all the merchandise
and
too,
moved everything from Illinois to Minnesota.
And it was just like, wow, you guys are gonna be a little busy. And they were like, yeah. So just super fun people. I was teasing her because she always says, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Have I told you thank you yet? And when I got her last email yesterday, it came through, I just kind of had to laugh, because I thought the next chart I designed for her isn't going to say welcome, it's going to say thank you. and she was like, so anyway, I think that's a lot.
I think so.
But well, thank you for bearing with us, and
well, thank you for tuning in.
Yes, and inviting us into your home and having maybe a little drink with us. Now I really am melting. Ooh, but it's tasty.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
I got it at the grocery store. It was really good.
Good.
Thanks, Tracy and Judy.
Yeah.
But anyway, so happy weekend. All right, what's for dinner? We haven't cooked in a while.
We're doing skinless brats, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you are familiar with it's a company in
Holstein, Iowa.
Holstein, Iowa. It's called Tiefenthaler Meats, and they make a lot of their own products, and they have the best skinless brats. We love them.
You don't have to boil them. You don't have to do anything.
Yep, they go right on the grill.
You don't have to watch the flame. You don't have to. They go from frozen to the freezer, right on the grill, and they are the best in the world.
They are.
I tell you, they're very good.
And they have a website, and they probably ship.
And they're
Just
good.
saying.
They're really good.
Anyway.
And in the winter, when you're really craving them, they work in the oven too.
Yes, they do.
They're very good.
So, hope everybody has a good weekend, a nice stitchy weekend. It's going to be hot here next week, and it's okay. It's summer.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yep.
Thank you for joining me again, my dear. And,
Absolutely.
And hopefully, okay, so next FLOSSTUBE will be the tutorial, and
Oh, yes.
we almost forgot something. Yeah. Okay.
Well, then we would have reappeared.
I know. Okay, so look for us. We're probably going to go live. So if you follow my social pages at all, either on Instagram or Facebook, I will be making announcements prior. So you can either tune in live or it'll stay, the video will stay on my news feed so you can see it. But we're going to be making an announcement. We're going to go live that I think it's August 1st.
August 1st.
That's the plan. It's August 1st, but we have also learned to adjust plans if need be. But look for announcements. If you are in the HOD Stitchers group, you got a Facebook group. You got a little advance notice about the linen to order. So just think about it. Okay, how do I say this? Remember the cookie exchange from last year? We're doing it again.
With a twist.
With a twist.
Right.
So make sure that you tune in on the 1st.
The plan is August 1st.
Plan is August 1st. And I'm really excited about this one. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I had so much fun with the last one and how everybody just kind of came together and created a real sense of community with it. And it was a lot of fun. So
let's do it again.
Yeah, let's do it again. But anyway, I think that we have remembered everything now, right?
Until we remember something we forgot.
Until later in the middle of we take a bite out of brat and go, whoops.
Whoops.
Anyway, all right. Well, we'll see you next time. In the meantime, enjoy the stitch.